Right, hey, love and light is sacred side. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to me. That's what's up. So today we're gonna be talking about the Mike Epps stand up that he did. Only One Mike, the Netflix special. It came out on June 25th. It was mad fucking funny. Like, I love Mike Epps. Like, we first got introduced to him when he was Day Day on Next Friday. Remember when he was Day Day? And then he went on to produce and act in like a lot of different things, but his career really has been popping off and he's made a lot of achievements, and that's why I feel like we have to support our brother, you know what I'm saying? So it was a really good stand up. So this review is going to be a little different because I'm not going to be going into every little detail, every little joke that he did. I'm actually not going to be telling any of the jokes that he did. I'm just going to be giving my like overview of my experience, how I felt while watching it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I put in the header no spoilers, because I know a lot of reviews, they tell you everything, and you know they retell the jokes, and we're not doing that today. We're just going to talk about it, and hopefully it'll get you to watch it. Or if you have watched it, leave me a comment below and we could talk about it, because yeah, like Mike is hilarious. So when he first came out, the set was like all blue. First of all, he did this in DC, so shout out to DC. Yes, he did this stand up out there. So yeah, the set was blue. So Mike came out, you know what I'm saying? Yo, and Mike looked it good, okay? Mike had on a nice suit. He had on some red bottoms. He had on his chains. I was like, okay, Mike. So as soon as he came out from the jump, he was energetic. He was engaging in the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't need no time to get himself together. Like, he came out like he just came out ready. So I really could appreciate that, because you know you have to be able to carry a show from the beginning all the way to the end. I didn't see him stop and take no water breaks. He wasn't sweating bullets out there. So it was really, really good. So I took mad notes. So, like I said, I loved his stage presence. So the first couple of warm-up jokes that he told when he came out, he was connecting with the ladies in the audience, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to all the beautiful ladies out there. And I don't mean just beautiful by the way you look. I mean beautiful within your soul. Like, shout out to the moms out there. Like, you know, shout out to all the wives out there. Like, shout out to all the women out there. Like, shout out to all of us. Like, shout out to everybody. So, but yeah, so Mike did a shout out to the ladies, which was funny. Like, you know, he interacted or whatever. He was talking to a couple of people. And then his first skit, he went into, hold on. Oh, shit. I still got the tag on the bottom of my glass. So what? Okay. I got it from Dollar Tree, and no, I'm not taking it off right now because it's going to spill. And no, I'm not taking, so what? I'm not taking it off. The tag is on my glass. But anyway, all right. So he went into talking about how he's getting old, and you know, playing basketball with the young boys at the park, like how it's different now. They was calling him old school, so you got to really watch it. Like, I thought that was real funny. And then he also talked about how he missed Obama. Shout out to Obama, yo. Yes. So he talked about how much he missed Obama, you know, like how things are different now. He also talked about the president now, and I was kind of like, whoa, like, I was like, damn, Mike, you know, kind of like, watch what you say. Like, you know, you never know who watching. But Mike was being Mike. Mike was like, fuck that. Mike was like, I said what I said, and who's going to check me? So, okay, Mike. So I really appreciated that. And then he went on to talk about the wall. And he was like how it would be if certain different races built the wall. So that was really, really funny. So that's why you got to check it out. I thought those was like, it wasn't my funniest skit. It was funny, but we're going to get into it. So then he also touched on like his personal life a little bit. So the first set of jokes that he did, it was more like external. Like, you know how when comedians tell their jokes, you know, they talk about themselves a lot, or all their jokes is based on themselves and their experiences. A lot of his jokes were, you know, just about the world and about like people, and you know, and kind of tying himself into it a little bit. He didn't really focus on himself. So at this part of the show, he kind of just turned it around on himself, and he talked about how humble he's been throughout his career, and I can agree. You know, like Mike he like I think he's so funny. Like I really hope that this Richard Pryor movie comes out and he plays Richard Pryor, because I think like Mike is hilarious and he really has, made a lot of strides for other comedians to come up. He's not a hater. Like we love Mike Epps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he talked about being humble, and then he also did a big shout out to God. First of all, shout out to God. You know what I'm saying? God is good all the time, and he said that God is good all the time. So, and so he made it funny in his way. Like, I'm not gonna really get into everything he said about that. And then he also, one thing I'm gonna pause for a little bit. One thing I really can appreciate is because you know how somebody could tell you a joke, and yeah, it's funny, you laugh, ha ha ha, whatever, whatever. But like when a comedian is doing a stand up, and you actually like feel what they saying, and you can really like visualize like what they telling you, and you can really like it's more than funny to you. Like you really feel it. Like Mike has that, and so I can really appreciate the hard work and the art that he put into this, because it's not easy to get up in front of thousands and thousands of people. Millions of people are tuning in on Netflix, and you have to turn on. And so I think he has that light inside of him, that gift, and that's what makes him stand out. Like that's not what that makes him beyond funny. So that's what I really can appreciate, because when in each one of these skits, mind you, he's telling his jokes, but he's also telling you a story. Like, so you really feel it. Like you really think like, oh shit, like you really feel like you was right there, like seeing it happen. Like, and that's what made it so funny. So he talked about his daughters. He has 4 beautiful daughters. And he talked about how it's hard watching them date, what type of dudes they bring home, and how that interaction is. So you got to check it out for that, because that was hilarious. That was actually like my favorite part. Like when he talked about his daughters, like that was funny. He also talked about this was funny because Mike was like, "Yo, do I look special?" So he talked about being in special ed, and how you know what I'm saying, like how that whole situation went, like growing up in school and being in special ed. I'm sure that was rough. Like he said he felt like he didn't belong there, so that was funny. So you really gotta, because the story that he tells with that, like you really felt like you was in that classroom, like you really felt like you was him going through that. And one thing I can appreciate again is like his transitional jokes. So it's not like he's going from one joke bam to another. Like what he's telling you in between, it makes sense. Like if everything flowed real nicely. So I'm sure he took a lot of work and a lot of effort to do that, and it still kept you laughing. So I don't remember no part in a stand up where we wasn't laughing. Like it was funny, like from beginning to end. Like it was hilarious. So then I'm telling you again, this is not for kids. So if you have kids and you're thinking about putting this on in the background, no ma'am. Mike, this is not for kids. He uses a lot of explicit language in this. So, but then anyway, and getting back to the review, he starts talking about sex. Okay, honey. He starts getting into like this little situation that he got into. Like that was hilarious. And then he kind of transitioned that into, talking about something else. Oh, and I forgot to bring up, he talked about Bill Cosby, y'all. I was like, yo, how's he going to play this out? Because, Bill Cosby is a comedian, actor. Mike Epps is a comedian, actor. So I was like, damn, Mike, like, how is he gonna do this? But he talked about Bill. But, it was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cringed a little bit because I feel he talked about Bill. Whatever, we're going to leave that right there. Then he did another shout out to DC, and he talked about the different strip clubs in DC. Shout out to Stadium, okay? He talked about the different strip clubs in DC and different generations of strippers, so that was real, real, real funny. And then I'm saying every part is my favorite part because I just thought it was funny. I think Mike did a really, really good job. Like he put this together very well. Like you can tell he worked really, really hard on this, like from beginning to end. And when I tell y'all, he wasn't just like standing in one spot. He was moving throughout the whole stage. Like he was using his mic stand as a prop, using a microphone. Like his facial expressions was on point with all the jokes he was telling. So it was a whole experience for me. Like I can really appreciate the art and all the energy that he put into this. So like, yeah, but anyway, he gave a shout out to the grandmas, And then he talked about how he loves to support black businesses. One of his homeboys has a haunted house, so he went in. He went and supported the haunted house, which that was hilarious. And then it turned a little more serious. You know, all shows have to have they like point where like it's real funny, then it kind of gets like a little serious. So I guess this was like his moment in the show where he had to do that. So he talked about like a situation in his neighborhood. There was a fire and all the events and everything surrounding that. But of course, he turned it around and made it funny. So by the end of it, you was definitely laughing. And then he closed out the show with he closed out the show with an experience he had in Home Depot with some run-ins that he had with some people. Like, you really gotta let's tune in for that. And he dropped the mic. And I think Mike Epps did a really, really great job. Like, I think he did a phenomenal job. Like, he really did his thing. He really did. Big shout out to Mike Epps. Like, oh, and I don't know if I pointed this out already, but I love the way that in the logo, you know how like when all shows come on, it's like a logo. So his said only one mic, but the way that he spelled Mike, not M-I-C, but he spelled it M-I-K-E like his name. But he substituted the I for a real microphone. So it's M microphone K-E. It was dope. It was real dope. Like, all those little details made it real dope. And when I seen Mike come out in the red bottoms, I was like, okay, Mike. Do your thing, old school. Nah, you don't like me going old school, but do your thing, Mike. So, yeah, shout out to Mike Epps. Make sure you tune in to Netflix special. It's on Netflix. You should watch it. It's a cute little cuddle up, a cute little ha-ha, a cute, you know what I'm saying? It's really, really good. So, again, I hope I didn't give too much away. I really tried not to. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you. Make sure you give me a like, comment on it if you watched it, if you didn't watch it, if you're looking forward to watching it. You know, so yeah. Love and light to you, and I will check you in the next video. Bye.